Alright, alternate arms. They redesigned and expanded again.
Dead man. No.
Playing hostage. That's the hostage.
Number one.
I'm basically just going to be throwing out
Hey, hostage
my
is
thoughts
over
on
here.
the north lane,
Hostage
so
is
maybe
over
you
here.
guys can... Maybe we can all take a
Okay.
better advantage of it. This is the north lane now. It used to be a little hallway, narrow little hallway, my favorite spot.
Where'd you go?
Now it's its own little play area. So there's this spot here where there's a barricade next to pillars. If you can look through the crack there, clear it, then you can move forward without the enemy team really seeing you. But here's a problem. There are these windows here. So I'm in a little L-shaped hiding place. But I have to watch my back. I can't just hold one angle. I have to keep looking back and forth through the window, back to the angle I'm holding, through the window, back to the angle I'm holding. And so you can get around that by ducking here, and then the enemies can't see you through the window, but then you can't see over that barricade very well. So this is pretty nice so far. It's not easily exploitable. This is the open area near the close spawn by what used to be Grandma's house. So back to my little cubby I go. And again, I can't hold this area to my right. I can't just stand there because an enemy player can look through the window and pop me in the back of the head. So this is a teammate. So one thing you could do is you could look towards the wall and have your teammate look through the window, but that won't work either. It won't work because the enemy could shoot your window guy from the angle that you're covering. And there we go. I got shot in the back of the head. Game's over. Hostage is useless. So this northern lane, I have noticed some interesting things here. Number one, at the start of the match, when you're rushing to the other side, this is the midpoint. This is where you'll see people, where you'll run into people. So you can hide back here, shoot people as they run by in the beginning of the match. I think that's going to happen a lot. Now this pillar, you can look through the crack, and if it's clear, then you can move forward. Like between the pillar and the wall to the right. There's enough space if you're thin to slip through there. Here's a problem though. If you hold this angle, you can't just do this all game because behind you to the right, there's a doorway.
Left side's unprotected.
Hopefully we'll see what I'm trying to say later. The sling is wrapped around my stock. So these barrels, you can hold a pretty decent angle. There's always going to be someone back there.
There are three coming up left side.
So from pillar to pillar, I'm standing at a pillar and there's a pillar ahead of me to the right. You can try to thread the needle between these two little gaps and shoot people as they peek behind the pillar on the far side. This gets kind of hairy though, because if your teammates move up on your left side, you can't tell because you don't see enough of them. You can move up to this barrel, and because of the angled wood on the right, the enemy team won't be able to see you move up. There's that doorway on the right.
Ah, fuck.
Yeah, so those doorways are something. The doorway and the window is something you'll have to look out for if you're trying to camp up there. If you're trying to camp up there, I highly recommend moving forward, moving backwards, moving forwards, getting a couple kills, moving back 10 feet and getting a couple kills. It's open enough where you can move around and keep the enemy guessing. Yeah, that's all I've got so far.